Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to build an aviary for small animals like the raccoon or lemurs or tiny little monkeys. This tutorial is going to be a real-time building tutorial with only base game items. Here I'm going to show you some beams that the base game has that you can technically use to build an aviary. And here are the fences that the base game has. The first two have quite a lot of sizes and the third one doesn't have a lot of sizes, so I would recommend to use one of the first ones. So let's get started. First you're going to choose one of the beams and choosing the 4-meter long beam. And you're just placing one down, copying it with Ctrl X and placing it down in a 90-degree angle. Then you are copying it again and placing it on the other side so it overlaps the beam on the bottom just a little bit. Now you can copy the beam at the bottom to put one on top. And now we already have our first square. Then you're going to pick one of the two fences that there are and take the biggest one, the 4x4 meters, and place it in the middle of the square. Next you are again choosing the beam, the 4-meter long beam, put it on top and turn it downwards how much you basically like. I like something between 15 and 30 degrees. Then you're copying it and placing it on the other side. And then you are going to use the 4x4 meters fence again. Put it in the middle and turn it also downwards so it fits perfectly nice in between these beams. Here I copied the beam again, turn it to 90 degrees and put it up to create another square. Now you're copying it again, placing it right on top, and then turning it 30 degrees to the side. You're copying it again, turning it the other ways, and then bringing it to the other side so you create a triangle. Then we are going to fill this triangle with the smaller versions of the same fence we used before and just fill in the gap with the smaller sizes. Here I placed a 2x2 meters fence roughly in the middle, then chose the 1x1 and place it on both sides to fill in those gaps. You can use the smaller size to close the tiny gaps in between. And then the 1x1 meters at the top. And again the smaller size on both sides to close the gaps perfectly. Now we are going to delete the beams on the left side. Now you select everything we just built and copy it with Ctrl X or in the menu and then turn it 180 degrees. and then you just move it to the side so that the beams at the top meet roughly at the edge. Then you select everything again, press Ctrl X, and now it's important to increase to 30 degrees. And now you turn it clockwise once and place it down. And then you repeat this till you have the round aviary finished. And now you have the base for your aviary already finished. If you want to, you can correct the beams at the top and the bottom here, because they are sticking out a little bit to the side, but this is optional. Now we are deleting one of the big fences and the lowest beam, and then we are going to put on the door of the habitat so that the employees can actually enter the habitat. You can adjust the height and then switch the type of the barrier if you want to. I liked this fence type because it looks somewhat similar to the other fences we used to build the aviary. And then I just lowered one of the beams to put over the door. You can decorate the door if you want to, or just leave it as it is. For the perfectionists out there, I'm going to show you how to make a perfect top, because as you might have seen, the fences at the top were overlapping a little bit. You can leave them as they are if it doesn't bother you, but just for the perfectionists, I'm going to show you how to make it perfect. You just delete the fences on top and fill in the gap as before, just with smaller fences. When we filled this gap, you're going to select all the fence parts we just put down and turn it 180 degrees. Then you move it to the opposite side, and here I realized I didn't delete all the fences, so I had to do this first. Now you can move this into the gap on the opposite side and make it fitting. Then you select everything again. You do this by holding Shift and click the items. And here I made a little mistake and didn't press Shift, so I had to collect everything again. Then you copy it and turn it for a 30 degrees clockwise once a time and fill all the gaps. And now you have a perfect roof. There's just one little edge that's not super fitting, but it didn't bother me, so I just left it. And that's it. Now you have your perfectly round aviary. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I see you in the next video. Bye!